From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is 1011's Morning Pulse.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.
Good morning, this is Craig Allison with your Morning Pulse for Wednesday, July 23rd. We start off this morning with breaking news from earlier. A man is injured after a crash in southeast Lincoln from this morning. A single vehicle collided with a pole at the intersection of Nebraska Parkway and Old Cheney Road just before 8 a.m. According to Lincoln Police, a 35-year-old man was taken to the hospital with injuries, and traffic was backed up on both of those roads. At one point, only right turns were allowed, and you couldn't move through the intersection, but Nebraska Parkway is back open. Old Cheney, just before 9 a.m., was still closed off from crossing, but again, Lincoln Police are working that traffic, and it's advised to just avoid the area while this situation is still developing. But be sure to stick with us at 10:11 Now for updates. Second story, Lincoln Public Schools says it's adapting to potential changes in federal funding after the U.S. Department of Education announced it would be pausing nearly $6 billion in funding earlier this month. Among those cuts were about $40 million in grants for schools across Nebraska. LPS says while there's still some uncertainty of what will happen, they've identified potential cuts of about $8.2 million. That could affect this next school year. Things like professional development and supports for English language learners. But by dipping into the general fund, none of these things will be impacted this school year. Again, this is still one of those stories that is developing as well, and we'll keep you updated if anything comes. To our crime tracker now, 33-year-old Arlen Walker of Lincoln has been convicted of sexually assaulting a toddler on camera and learned he'll spend up to 70 years in prison. He was convicted of child abuse and child pornography charges in February after taking a plea deal. Authorities cracked down in January after they learned about a concerning video on Walker's phone in January of 2024. Police also think he had posted the video online, and he was arrested in February of that year. Your fourth story, Lincoln Mayor Leering Gaylor Baird is sharing a scheme trying to convince you to buy gift cards. It's a scam alert. On her social media, she shared a text chain you can see here with a scammer posing as her, asking someone to buy Xbox gift cards for her. Mayor and Lincoln Police advise you to report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, report it as junk, then delete the message. And wrapping things up with your final story, in case you missed it, Matt Rule and many other Cornhuskers spoke to the press yesterday on a variety of topics, as well as looking ahead to national championship hopes. Coach Rule responding back to comments previously made by previous head coach Scott Frost that he made about Nebraska in the media a little while ago. Rule saying, quote, "This wasn't a good job, but we've made it a good job. We're about to make it a great job." But you can head over to 1011 Now app or the 1011now.com for more updates and details from yesterday's press. That is your Morning Pulse for this Wednesday morning, and we'll wrap things up with a look at your 7-day forecast, rain chances, and hot today.
You've been listening to 1011's Morning Pulse. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.